Oh, winning group doing the same. Sorry for the break in transmission. I believe we are back live now, boys. So just got a new system we're playing with. Can you see this breeze increasing, Bucko, or do you think this is where we're going to keep it at? Yeah. It's all about that trust, isn't it, Bucko? All about that trust. Tech 2 around, off screen, guys. Tech 2 might have just extended. Smeg's just coming to the mark. Smeg doing the same thing, tacking and hopefully trying to cross that ferry straight away. Yeah, they didn't get the angle, and Tech 2's back bow down above them. Yep. And then the lull to follow. that a new trick, Bucko? Ease the vang when bearing away. And the next two around are going to be what, the Kitchen Maker and Yandu. We might go and give the leaders some love.
Looking up, it's been to the right. The big game out of all that was nuts and good. And the winner is also some really spiky bits of left hand wind here. Give a bother please. Nice to see like Elliot not too bad. There's a couple of people up and down the side.
Smeg look like they're going the other side of the island, shippers. Round to the left, Piers, the camera over towards Shark Island. Huge game to Tech 2. Smeg just about to tack there on screen. Yeah, out to the left, isn't it? Tech 2 as usual, just making it look easy, aren't they? little bit funny.
No problem there. He's done it pretty nicely. He's joined the dots at the moment. So now we've got the big run back to where they've just come, or to Taylor Bay this time. Yeah, so
There's the run now. This dude's going to go around the park, you know. Beautiful view. The lead is going to be more than 1 minute, please.
yeah,
I know it's dangerous predicting the future, but place next. Full 90 seconds in the rear now.
Here comes the bear away.
okay, clock is running. Just a nice little gust to come down with. Nothing too savage there, but there's some good pressure coming down to him. Jives nicely.
How that?
Well, he's got enough leeway up his sleeve. He's well ahead, as you say. It's
Very square.
pretty square, isn't it?
Bit chicken winged up there.
So the jib come out the windward side.
It's stable, only when they do the
Very dangerous.
handle that pretty well.
This top mark is going to provide some entertainment for the bearaways, I think. Smeg just behind us coming in. Main is ragging badly.
I've got exactly 1 minute now, so I'd say 1 minute 05.
Yep, there's Trent Hayes banging everything off.
Windward first.
Probably the better side of the trade on. A little bit quicker.
I wonder if the angle tech too is like if we get Piers to come around to the right, and they're almost pointing back down to the bottom anyway. Oh yeah, true.
Nice set by Snag, but
He might even go the other side of the island here.
gee, that'd be a big call. But I suppose he's got to throw everything at it now. He's not going to win it just following him.
He's not going to get
No.
by notes, I don't think. And he's got enough cushion to get some notes, so he's got to find the most win, which generally is in the gap.
Yeah.
Nice bird. I think those
Sean might book himself in for the other knee to be honest, just to keep.
Keep him balanced, keep himself balanced.
he was pleased that he got a new mask because, you know, it's a conventional thin spreader setup. The original one was
Single spreader, yeah.
single spreader and it eventually blew up the lugs when they kept bending it more and more to try and get some justice back.
So he's 2.5 minutes in the rear of the winner, Tech 2. But Andrew, I think you're right with Smeg. Look at him, he's really bow up
Now he's driving now.
driving, but he will go the other side of the island.
Anyway, we're on notes
Yep.
and they're just going to do nice barrel away.
And Andrew coming in, he'll just cross the winning group, or will he? Winning group coming in on port. You'll see them shortly. This is the battle for fourth. Yeah, winning group is high, so he's got enough. He's across.
No,
I
he's
think.
across.
He's across. Winning group will be fourth.
Again, that's a good effort up the feet, I think, with a little rig, but
Yeah.
the pressure is back up a little, and they're about to do the barrel away in a big puff. Here we go. Need to bang off, boys. More bang off, more bang off. Got the job done, okay. Don't listen to me. Mandu, and more wind coming from
Biggery.
Mandu.
He's just got to get it,
Scene here.
get it away.
It's going to look easy. Oh, really good for that.
Wine glass that came out.
I'm set on the end of it, if they can feed on. Yep,
Next around Finport.
Remember, Andrew's already had a one capsize. Finport's next, so Finport will be 1, 2, 3, 6th. Remember,
Robbie Green.
Grindholt, the helmsman.
Yeah, Robbie, remembering how to bend the knees.
Yes, he'll be sore tonight. And then Yandu will be next.
Fully inverted. Woody coming to the mark on it. That's the most wind you've seen all day. Well, it was when when Andy did the bear away, so a good effort. Watch this bear away here. We run back down to Taylor Bay, then beat back here to Rose Bay, run to Robertson Point down Kirribilli Way, then beat to the finish at Clark Island. As we're watching John Winning in Yandu round, and followed right hammer by the kitchen maker. By Yandu, the kitchen maker jiving. Just a small amount of rest there, Pete.
Yes.
I'll tell you who's going to... Oh, here we go, kitchen maker. Just got too slow out of the job. The flow really catch up in the drive on the rudder, I don't think. And Mason still down she went.
Down she went for a swim.
Noakes group just coming now, and they've done pretty well, I think, to hang on to the leady group.
Yeah, they have, haven't
Because they were near the back of the bus after one lap, so they've had a good sort of second half of their race, or perhaps the middle third.
Going to stick with it.
Yvette, Roy Cox and Oliver Scott Matty.
Over the break, I've seen Yvette and the Noakes guys went and did a thing at the Warren Sailing Club with all the youth and young girls, and that was good. And
Would they take them out sailing?
yeah, took them out sailing
On the 18?
Yeah, on the 18.
Terrific.
Yeah, no, it was a good, nice little program. So it's a good day, apparently. Wow.
Okay, well we're following Noakes, the other Noakes boat, down past Shark Island. Nice control, and they're racing down now towards Taylor Bay. They're in about 10th spot. At the Taylor Bay mark, Tech 2 is round. Way in the distance we can see them. They're still on Noakes.
Yep. Bear coming right in the back door of the camera cat.
Yeah,
Had a bit of a bath, a bit of a refreshment earlier.
yeah, they've recovered reasonably well. They did have that swim on the first Spinnaker run. Breeze generally down, I think, Andrew, isn't it? Slowly dying, I think. Puffs from
Yeah, and every time we say that, it then comes back
but it's
and scares us.
it's a nice big sail breeze at the moment.
Yeah. Birkenhead Point with a little rig in. Feeling their way to some degree. Timmy Westwood, Alex Chittenden and Felix DeVelio. A new team.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad.
Handled by professionals.
Yep.
Done that before. Next coming down is the Galway Hotel 4 Pines.
And they've been in the tide as well. Unaccustomed position for them. At the back of the bus, coming down on a screamer, shippers. There's that low you were talking about.
They'll run into it in a minute.
He's dived back on the face of the puff. Well done. But they'll be disappointed with that. Counting from the back. Not good.
Second day for a sale, isn't it?
They're going to have to drive back, mate.
Yeah, just lovely. Harbour's starting to clear away a lot of the leisure boats. So it's
To the rag and Sandwich and Lazarus.
So here's another one of those lull
yeah,
shippers.
I told you there's a lull
That's right.
as they go ashore at Park Island.
That's right. The bloke's fighting to
Generally,
avoid
I said generally, not overall.
generally speaking.
The word generally covers a lot of,
That's
lot of
right.
ground.
Up to a point, Lord Copper, eh?
Yeah.
Up to a point. The rag at full noise. Fantastic.
Burn it down with these guys
Yeah.
until we pick up the leaders, which aren't too far away. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, the rag with a little rig absolutely hammered down on the face of a boomer. And Lazarus Partners not quite in the same wind, and now he is. So, but struggling to unstall. I think the Lazarus Partners a bit there. Needs to shoot some more or something. There they go.
So what are we learning today, Andrew?
We're learning today, shippers, that a sort of moderate range gradient southeast is a difficult wind to sail at 18 footering. That's the first point, mate. We're also learning that Tech 2 is difficult to phase. Very calm.
What we're seeing here is that Smeg has got right back into this race, could nearly be leading.
I think that's a big call, Pete.
Well, I don't know about that. You have a look upwind here. We're just honing in on these two boats. Smeg, they've both gone to the western side of Shark Island. Smeg went right early, and obviously Tech 2 had to follow him. And now we're seeing Smeg in right-hand pressure. Tech 2 coming across. It'll be a lot closer than what it was. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think you'll find that we did say at the start of the run, Tech 2 was being, I thought, a bit conservative by going on starboard job, right?
Yes.
So Smeg, we said, had to take the odds to it, and they did. And as I said, the most wind probably was between Point Piper and Shark.
Yes, correct.
And perhaps Smeg gained a fair bit as a result. Tech 2 now on the face of a big puff.
Who's your money on? Here.
Well, Tech 2 is still in front, but
Not much in it.
no, not all that much.
He's closed right up, Smeg, and it's really good pressure here. Just as I said, it was going to
Lighten,
through here,
lift off, Pete. But
Welcome back to the camera cat thing.
Yeah.
Everything you say, it's opposite.
Not everything, most things.
Yeah.
But looking at that, Smeg will have a hard time getting back on starboard now, you
Yes,
see.
here he comes.
So
No, Tech 2 still in front.
Tech 2's probably 40 seconds, I would say. He's given back a little bit. But like we said, Sydney Harbour in this, warm water, spiky, it can be as difficult as anything you can sail in,
Yeah.
Where the difference between hard left and hard right is 40 degrees. There's nothing easy about it.
No, but Smeg has closed up, but Tech 2 will lead. And this is the...
And Tech 2 in good shape strategically there, Pete. He's joined the dots.
Going home over behind the
Yeah.
third boy.
Price is online, indeed. John O'Witty, yep.
He's struggling going upwind. His jib looked as though he couldn't shoot his jib, but there's Smeg. So Tech 2 going right into the point.
Tech 2 having to tack for a boat in a different race, but that's all right. But he's nailed that, Pete.
Yeah,
He's
lovely.
absolutely smashed that. And he's close to the starboard tack lay line in a bit of right-hand air. Who would have thought?
He's done a pretty good job.
Yep. But there's a bit more of that funny lightning wind that you were talking about, Peter. What's going on?
Well, it is lighter. It's half a knot lighter than it was.
The top battens on Tech 2's Mainstel are telling me a slightly different story, brother. But they've been good, haven't they? Really, really
Very
good.
solid.
Yeah.
Very solid. Right from the start. Really opened up again on Smeg. He looked, for 30 seconds he looked as though he was really close, but now that 30 seconds has dissipated, and I think Tech 2 is probably still a good minute ahead.
Yep. Well, Kilo didn't call it the Dardanelles for nothing, mate. You can have plenty of bother.
Yep.
And Pete, I know you've been watching it. Tech 2 has been setting a standard for precision this year. My goodness, a couple of races they weren't, but by and large they've been absolutely A grade.
As they approach the weather mark for the down in Rose Bay for the last time, they've got one run left, and then from there a beat to the finish at Clark Island. Andrew, what are we hearing re the Giltmans in February, March? Are we having them? Not having them?
We are. There is a bit of a challenge. That the Kiwis obviously, are finding it difficult to justify the expense, and therefore there will be, it will be problematic. But perhaps, we're thinking that maybe.
Well, Josh can jump on the back of so that can be a Kiwi.
Yeah, Sean would be really happy to do the bow with his
Sean won't mind the bow.
with his dicky knee and everything, But here we go. But yeah,
So
I mean,
will it be known as the Giltman?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
And we got to pay respects to the reigning champions and say they didn't lose their title.
No, sure.
And they were terrific last year. I mean, my goodness,
last
they were
couple of
good.
years.
Yeah. The Tech 2, I think it's given them a little bit of a touch up here, Pete.
In the background on the
Yep.
ferry.
And a full boat length shoot set. That's pretty good.
Polished outfit, isn't it, Bucko?
Yeah,
Yep.
they've done a fine job.
But maybe Smeg is a little closer, but there's a bit of sailing to do yet, so we'll see. But wow, going into a good header too at bloody Point Piper. Good bit of pressure, and more wind coming in for Smeg. Now Smeg this year, Pete, has been a bit shaky on the barrelway from time to time. They did a classic, quick, no vang off, let's get the job done in a big rush, and just ate it big time one day. But Coco's no doubt been thinking about various things, but a pretty good squirt on them for the barrelway.
So 50 seconds the delta.
There you go, Shippers, you were right on it, weren't you?
50 seconds.
All good.
There
Oh,
you go. Wobbly.
did I say? Oh, and a
Big tangle. Now it'll come. Yes, it comes.
God almighty, that was a pretty good set considering everything that went on. All right, so a little gain to Smeg on the run, we think. But
Up for pressure. Yes, it sure is.
And a difficult approach route for Nugs, who are in third. Smeg got a good 1 minute up their sleeve there. And winning
After having
a tub.
a little
Incident.
comes back really
Yeah. No, he's fast through the water.
Yeah.
He's got the rig sorted, and they've been working like all these crews. They've been working hard on it, and uprange big sail. If the rig doesn't work, can be pretty ordinary. So
we're watching Andu come across on starboard, and Noakes will be ahead of him. He'll be third. Noakes just approaching on port. Another good big bear away for them. And they will be they're about 2 minutes 20 adrift of the leading group. Andu
weather set, but the chute doesn't want to come out of the bag for some reason. But that's not bad. Yeah, no, that'll do.
Andu next. Another 20 seconds back.
So the nice guys will be encouraged by that though. They're hanging in there with a pretty weary old mainsail and with a new one in reserve, so I think they'd be feeling like they might be nearer to the podium on average with that new rig setup. Conventional two-spreader, big tube, and Sean paid for a new mandrel, so he's got sole use of that for a year. Custom designed and so forth.
So that under the rules, Andrew, obviously that's permitted. But
Yep.
Yep. It's on the winning group. She's round in 5th spot. And then 6th, the battle between Finport with a second sail on and Yandu. Finport leads by 2 boat lengths from Yandu. But Yandu will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's winning group jibes, not much pressure.
Yeah, and Andu in plenty down on the point, not on screen, but Jimmy! Jesus.
Finport saying hello to us kindly and nicely. Just to leeward of him with the other wide spinnaker is Yandu. Winning group in a nice puff off the totem pole at Shark Island. They're currently in 5th spot.
Yeah. Well, they've done a good job, you know. I think they've been terrific, actually.
So, talk to me about the winning group, Andrew, with their number 1 crew back on board with Sam Newton and Sevi. How do you rate their chances against Tech 2?
Well,
if you think they are the 2 form boats of the year.
Yeah, they're the 2 form boats. They've been pretty impressive. And what we've seen is that they start very well, but they struggle to go through laps because they haven't been very quick downhill. And there's a bit of, bit of activity in terms of spinnaker design going on. And fair to say that the best new spinnaker we've seen is a byproduct of Michael Carter, Charlie Gundy and Sydney Sailmakers, with Nick Daly involved as well. And so winning group has been struggling to match that, and equally we have the situation where Tech 2 hasn't gone to a new spinnaker yet, and they're still using their well-proven older sail, and they're allowed a new sail, but they're not confident about which mould shape they should go to, yeah? So it's pretty hard to win in these things unless you're competitive downhill, and winning group has really been struggling with that.
So talk to us about the sails, Andrew, what you're allowed to do and what you can't do.
Well, everybody's on a fixed new sail allocation, and so the boys have been saving them up for the Gilton, as they would do, and the leading boats have all got stuff up their sleeve, but it's about the design. Which mould would you use, you see, and making spinnakers is still a bit of a subtle art in some respects, and
we're watching Yandu here, John Winning, and he's got looks like a new spinnaker for him.
Yep.
Talk to us through that. Looks pretty good.
Made by
Sydney
Sailmakers.
Yeah.
And he's just got in front of his son, who unfortunately sailed at the edge of the puff. But big rig versus little rig, and if you look at the spinnaker luff right now on winning group, you would say it's a spinnaker designed for a apparent wind angle of, 70 degrees. Well, that's not what they sail with in little rig, and to go mid-range big rig, you're looking at apparent wind angle of probably around 80 degrees.
It's terrific. Father and son chasing each other.
That's right. It's a rare idea.
Son to windward, father to leeward.
Yeah, and son full riding moment use.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and
As he rolls over the old man.
yeah, but higher and faster where you want to be deeper and faster, Pete. So
Now the ferry's coming into play.
yeah, that's right. The ferry's always in play, Shippers, one way or another, isn't it?
Woody will say nicely things to them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So he's got to run square. That's not good.
oh, that hurts. But just getting back to the sails, Andrew, you just can't put a whole new set of sails on each year, can
No,
you?
that's right.
You're
So
restricted to what
yeah.
you can do and what you can't.
that's right. So they typically keep the mains for 3 years, so they got new jibs and new spinnakers. And new jibs, obviously, the most important sail, but spinnakers are fairly durable these days, you know. So
He's done well over here, but
the fin port, yeah. Well, these guys, you know, winning group got out of the strong pressure. Finports worked more assiduously on staying in the pressure and look like they've got back in front of those other two boats. Fantastic from them. Just coming on port job. Pretty even with winning group, I think.
now with Rob living here in Sydney, do you reckon he'll get the bug to want to get back?
I doubt it, mate. He's a very sensible fellow, I understand. Anyway, Pete, we didn't time the Tech 2 at the bottom, but
No, he's a long way ahead.
they look like they've gone away a bit there, don't they? Tech 2 two-thirds way up the last beat, but interesting times.
Meg's around clearly second, and Noakes group around in third. Fair.
Go after the Tech 2, get them crossing the line, and
Yeah, time them in.
that's the championship wrapped up.
Yeah, and they'll get a ribbon, Jimmy, I think.
Yep.
Good on them.
So,
Just following the leader all day. I'm not going to roll back through the leader bit, which is good.
yeah,
So, Pete, it's been an interesting day, hasn't it, from the standpoint of, you know, the wind being all over the shop and ferries playing a slightly bigger part than usual.
yes.
But, and Shippers looking up, and, you know, the camera cats won the race as usual, right? With your wind calls impeccable again, right? But looking up now is a bit of a little gale blowing up
Yes.
in Rose Bay.
As I tipped it,
Yeah, that's right.
I told you it was coming in.
Yeah. Some little grey clouds and some cold air, and nicely uprange now.
Tech 2, he's standing in towards Clark Island. It's all his championship, and so he wins the state championship and he wins the first heat of the Australian championship. Remember, he is the defending Australian champion, so a nice start to that regatta for him, and he's been faultless all day. So with Royal Oakwell back, it'll probably cost him third overall, I'd say, and probably get Finport into third or Andu third overall. But here's the race leader and the championship winner on screen now.
A little lull. He just didn't. The puff didn't come to him, and he's just had a little bit of a problem there. And another spiky one over at the finish line.
Barry catches back here and all the hoops in the background of the actual fleet down there.
Yep. Wowee. How about that, boys and girls? Don't try that at home.
No, it literally landed about a boat length above them.
That's right, but they handle it with a great deal of skill.
Jack McCartney, the skipper, Charlie Watt and Lewis Clayton as the crew.
Yep.
Fine job.
No,
Worthy champions, I think you'd have to say.
no, they've gone up a notch. Lewis, big, strong forward hand. and plenty of sailing in 49ers with Charlie, so the combination's pretty slick. So as Jack would say himself, who would expect it? I'm now a veteran. Oh well.
There it is. There's your winner, Tech 2.
And they are pretty popular amongst the punters, I can tell you that.
Jack McCartney and his crew are the New South Wales State Champions and winner of the first heat of the Australian Championship. You'd have to put it down to a faultless performance today, Andrew and James.
Yeah, I couldn't find much wrong with that actually, Pete. No, they started well, conservatively, but well. They were second and then they were first and then they didn't let it go, did they? So that's all we need to know.
Very calm on board that boat. Like,
Yeah, not a peep do you hear. But the best race from Smeg we've seen in some time, and Coco getting his old legs and eyes and ears and hands back in action.
Mojo it's called.
Mojo.
Getting his mojo back.
All right. I'll live with that. I'll live with it.
used to be sponsored by mate.
That's right. But he's in a lull. Like, this is amazing, isn't it? Where we are on the camera cat, about a boat length away from the finishing line, the breeze down to about 6 knots, all of a sudden. So Pete, maybe you're right after all, right? It's tricky sou'easter.
I'll be right about midnight.
Yeah. Like a stop clock, right twice a day.
There's Smeg.
So
Michael Coxon coming across.
140. 140 the margin.
Okay, Ricky Breach.
Trent Barnabas.
136 to be precise.
So, wow, I was just...
We live on precision here.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Third decimal point,
Got to be
Pete.
accurate. Got to be
Right,
accurate.
okay. All right, I stand corrected.
Sean Langman looks as though he's going to come in third in the Noakes sailing. Good effort for him. He was there or thereabouts all day.
Well, let him be encouraged. Old Mason, new mast, pretty good.
Finals is going to be the battle for
Yeah, I was going to say the battle for fourth does look close. And the Finport boys, Davey Greenhout, done a good job. Keegan York and Phil Marshall to struggle around with the little again.
We'll say with the winning.
Yeah, no, the winning dude's done a fantastic job. Except for a cut where they got out of the wind a couple of times on the run.
Looking, they were on Noakes at the moment, but looking back, it's got to be a really good battle for fourth. Here comes Noakes.
Like if Woody can keep his left hand up, I know it's not straight at the moment, but that's fine if it's like don't finish, then we'll swing around to this, but it's going to be moving pretty well
Except for that tack.
except for that.
Yeah.
Considering.
No, you saw him in the end there, he fell over and just
So he's-
thought I'd lie in the bottom of the boat till we crossed.
3 minutes behind Tech 2. That's
Yeah.
the difference. So
So yeah, just to the right of the screen there, everyone's watching is Woody.
great battle for fourth.
Woody's like stuck in
His son,
sun.
yeah, so he's a clear ahead of Finport. So he's going to come back on starboard and nail him, Andrew. Oh, probably not. I think
I don't know, it just depends how much. If there's no wind at the
No,
death here,
no.
the little rig boats will have a hard time. If
Come on, Woody, here he comes.
John's
Yeah.
tacked on a good right-hander
He's going to have right of way on his son.
and pressure coming at him.
On his son.
So he's cracked sheets,
Yeah.
he's overstood.
Yeah, Yandu's going to get fourth.
That's right.
What a beauty for him.
So that's a good result. Oh my goodness.
God, jeez. Oh, Willie, yes. Or Willie won't.
No, he won't quite.
No. No,
That's
his son
right.
got him. His son got him.
By the narrowest of margins, winning group.
Can do.
But still, a pretty good result for both those boats. And winning group got around up pretty well with a little rig in. Finport gonna be next.
Next, yeah.
Also a good effort from them, from Rob Greenhout, Keegan York and Phil Marshall.
So
And that's
big group then.
Andrew must have had a bit of bother at
Yes,
some
he's
point
well
again.
back.
So, yep, some problem at some point. But
So I think that will probably give the third place to Finport. Yes, it will, I think.
How's the abacus going, Shippers?
No, it'll be Tech 2 will be the state champion, winning group second, and I think Finport, he could be close, could be tied with Yandu, and it will then become a matter of how they break the tie.
No, that's not true, Pete, because Finport's beaten Yandu, right? So,
No, Yandu.
oh, sorry, Yandu.
Yandu.
13, sorry, yes, indeed.
Finport was on 12 going to this.
Yeah, no, so that,
Yandu
so
was better.
Yandu and Yandu, sorry, Finport and Yandu have tied, correct?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
It just depends how they break the tie,
Yeah.
who finishes third overall.
Rock, paper, scissors in the park.
Rock, paper, scissors, we'll just call it that for now, that'll do, won't it? All right. So Yandu showing some promising signs, though.
Yes.
They were threatening to get back on the podium there, and you know they'd be heartened by that. You know, it's a new combination, and I've been, as we mentioned, they've been fiddling with things, and it looked pretty good through the water. They just got to tidy up their handling.
Well, remember, they did have a capsize when they got
Yep.
chicken winged up by that ferry, but
Yep.
that's all part of the deal on Sydney Harbour. So just recapping the final heat today of the state championship, it was run and won by Tech 2, and they become the state champions. Smeg second, Noakes sailing third, winning group just narrowly fourth, from Yandu fifth, Finport, Yandu, and then coming in next is Royal Oak.
Well, they crawled up from the back of the peloton, Pete.
Yeah,
Good,
they did, didn't they?
good
They
job.
Behind them, Peter.
Yeah, yep.
No blue.
And she's
She's done very well.
Noakes Blue done a good job as well.
So, I just don't know about that point score, Andrew. There might be a three-way tie for third.
Yeah, it's the first heat also for the viewers, first heat of the Australian title today. So,
a nice start for Tech 2, obviously.
yep.
So Royal Oak just coming in. So we'll tell you next week who got third overall.
Yeah, we need two abacuses and a supercomputer to figure that one out, mate.
You're liking Pete being here because I don't throw to you about the abacus. That's what's going on.
No, that's right.
Oh, Royal Oak,
exactly.
he's just gonna. Here comes Noakes Blue in from the hammering in on the port tack. No, Royal Oak next, and Noakes Blue now.
So, Pete, I'd say that you could pencil in Tech 2 remains the favourite for the Australian Championship. Winning group certainly, you know, pretty good effort today, and back at full strength for the remainder of the heats, I believe. Will be keeping Tech 2 very, very honest. Third, you know, Royal Oak has been the most consistent third place getter sort of thing, but obviously other boats are improving, including Noakes.
And Smeg, you wouldn't.
Yeah, Noakes, Smeg,
Finport on their day.
Finport, you know, they've been pretty annoyed with themselves, so they've been doing quite a bit of work as well, and back at full strength. And Matty Stenter also diverged the way to Etchell Sailing, I think, or McConaughey 38th this weekend. Back at full Yeah, okay. Yeah, so back at full strength, they would also be in contention for the, you know, on their best day for a podium finish. But Tech 2 is setting the standard, and yeah, it's a pretty high standard. So I would say good luck to anybody that can beat them.
Okay. Well, we've had a lovely day sailing out in the harbour. Just repeating that Tech 2 is the champion after winning today from Smeg and Noakes Sailing. So we'll see you next week for two races. We've got two sprint races for the second and third heats of the Australian Championship. And it's been a pleasure working out here with James Bury and Andrew Buckland, and Chits and the Tech Boys have done a great job. And this has been a SailMedia production for the Australian 18-foot League. sponsored by the winning group. So from Sydney Harbour, this is Peter Shipway saying a very good afternoon to you all.